Oh, it's been a while, but the van's loaded at last and we're ready to go. So it's going to be the first trip away since lockdown, and well, really first trip away this year, first proper trip. We're on our way to Shumbar anyway, so we've got 10 days out there. Really looking forward to it. It's been a long time. The weather's quite miserable here, so hopefully it's nice and sunny out there, and hopefully we're going to get amongst a few fish as well. So this is where it starts, and I'll see you there. On such a long journey, we do like to break it up about halfway, and there's loads of places to stop on the way down in various countries, but we found this nice little hotel just past Nuremberg in Germany and stopped there for the night. Very nice, very comfortable. Guess what? Put on the telly and there was a programme on about carp, mainly about a carp farm and growing them on in the farm and then taking them down to a lake and stocking them. Very common practice in Germany, of course, but yeah, got us in the mood. So it begins. Well, we're in the swim, we've done the draw, came out 5th out of 8. There's only 8 teams this time because of the restrictions on Dutch coming down, quarantines and all that, so 2 Dutch teams haven't turned up, so there's only 8. We came out 5th, and we've picked, well, it is a swim that I've been wanting to fish for quite a long time. It's a nice area of the lake. We've got a corner section of the lake. Previous times I've been down, we've been on the other side there, and yeah, it's been nice, but actually each time we've been down, this corner has done the biggest fish, and so it's always been in the back of my mind to give it a go should we get the chance. And yeah, luckily enough it was still free when our turn to pick came out, so here we are. Anyway, we've got a lot of water in this swim. Yeah, hopefully there's going to be a few decent fish out there. But we'll see. We've got somewhere, we've got to swim anyway, so now we've just got to sort out all the gear. Nice bit of shade to put the gazebo up, and yeah, this is where it all starts. lovely. 55.12. That will do. 55.12, lovely. Well, it's only the first morning, and certainly got off to a good start. God, what a scrap this gave me. What an absolute beauty. 55.12. Nice way to get off the mark. Although it's not the first fish, but it is the start of the trip, so there we go. Well, that'll do. I'm not going to lift him up again, you've seen him, so happy days. We're off to a brilliant start. Be more of those for sure. It's only just begun. Right, let's get him back. And you might just have noticed there was one in the sling while I was playing the 50. I feel him tensing all the time. But there we go, 36 pounder. Nice one to get us off the mark. Do get a lot of water with this swim. This area actually covers a few swims, but the trouble is it's a bit deceptive because there's a lot of quite deep silty areas out there, and the spots you actually want to fish are quite small, and so it's a typical dilemma on these sorts of waters. It's which spots to fish, what depths to fish, and it's all about getting those spots right. There are a couple of spots out there which are quite nice. It doesn't vary much. It's not the big features what you would expect to find, indeed what you can find on other areas of the lake, but there are little bits. It's mainly about 15, 16 foot, but there's a little area I found out there that only raises up about a foot off the bottom, but it's nice and hard on top, hard clay. A lot of it's very soft and silty, and probably still catch fish. I'm sure they still feed, well, they do still feed in that soft silty stuff, but it's nice to present them on something hard if you can find it. So there's a few little spots like that out there, and that's what I'm looking for really. There's a nice overgrown bank which is out of bounds at the end of here, so I've got good access to half of that, so that's obviously going to be good. Different sort of tactics, but for the open water I'm just going to get, it's really a case of marking up nice little spot, and yeah, they're not big spots. Basically the biggest one I've found out there, I could just about get 2 rods on it, and they are out there. Fish feed out there somewhere, so it's just a matter of finding out where. Have a beautiful morning, and the best way to start, one in the net. Yeah, not a big one. Mid 20 common. Another one on the hinge rig though. Nice one. Yeah, not going to bother weighing him. As usual with Croatia in the summertime, the daytimes were absolutely stiflingly hot, with temperatures well up into the mid-30s. But the carp actually don't seem to mind that, and as the temperature increased, so did the action. Next fish to come along was another absolute stonker of a common weighing 54 pound. Actually came on the same rod as the earlier mirror. So I'd found a really good little spot out there, and little pop-ups over scopex squid and particle were really doing the business out there, and there were some big fish coming along, as this one proved. Wildlife always plays a part on our trips. We'd seen hedgehogs, we'd seen wild boars. A mother come down with 7 babies one night, but we also had a couple of resident cats in the swim, and they were always around us playing, eating what food we had left over, and generally entertaining us. It was so hot and sticky out there, it really was, and I was really pleased when I see in the forecast that some storms were due. Sure enough, one afternoon they arrived. They always say you should be careful what you wish for, and that night a big storm really hit us. God, we had the mother of all storms last night. How everything stood up to it, I don't know. But the wind literally just come hacking across the lake in that direction. We had a real couple of good storms, lots of thunder and lightning and rain, but very little wind, and then all of a sudden the wind started increasing, got stronger and stronger and stronger. In the end we were just holding on really. Even brought the van round the front of the bivvy to block the wind off, but it was still really strong. I mean, how everything stood up I don't know. It's the strongest storm I've been out in for years. It just shows how strong they are. There's not even any guy ropes on the gazebo, but it stood up to it, thankfully. Whew. And it's all calmed down a bit now. It's a bit wet and gears all over the place, but yeah, we made it through it. Phew. After the storm, conditions were looking better than ever, so I decided to give them a bit of bait. And I had plenty with me, loads of particle. You can buy maize on site and it's really cheap, only between sort of €3 and €5 for a massive great 10 kilo bucket, so you can use plenty of that. But I had loads of scopex squid boilies, some hemp and various bits and pieces, and I thought the best thing to do really was actually mix them all together in a bucket and stick them out that way rather than doing them separately. Just put it all in together and put it out like that. What a stormy night we had. We had plenty of horrendous weather coming in through the afternoon, as you probably saw. Massive great hailstones, loads of rain and wind. But through the night it got even worse, and well, Just pleased the bivvy didn't take off, but I've got to say the gazebos are so sturdy, even without guy ropes. It stood up to it, but it was pretty savage. But we've had a break in it now. We've got more rain due. Funny enough, didn't actually get a take for all that bad weather. Mind you, I'm quite pleased about that. Didn't fancy being out in all of that. But then, just now, when the sun come back out, and it looked like any chance of a bite was gone, that was when it went off. Nice mirror, nice hard fighting Shumbar mirror. And then at last it was Joan's turn for a bit of action. She'd waited patiently for one to come along really at the right time. She don't like getting up in the night time so much anymore, and who can blame her? But sure enough, afternoon, one ripped off and she was on it like a shot. Good fish. Well, there we go. Joan's got one, of course, and yeah, good one. So it's 55 and a half.
Yes.
New Croatian PB, so I'm going to hold it up, obviously.
Yeah, I can't lift it. So you lift it for me.
But a proper result, eh? Lovely.
No, I can play them in, but I can't lift them up. Well done, my hero.
There we go.
That's lovely.
55 and a half pound.
Yeah.
First one of the trip. It's been awkward times, all the other runs, and I said we just need one, a proper time of day when we're all up, and sure enough it's gone off. Of course it's a good one.
Yeah.
Well done, Pat, anyway.
Lovely, eh?
Brilliant,
Well,
eh?
thank you very much anyway, Pet, for helping
My
me.
pleasure.
All
Ah,
right.
what a fish, yeah.
Lovely.
Right, let's get him back.
Right.
Oh. Lovely. As the session wore on, the open water spots gradually began to dry up more and more as the fish moved to the sanctuary of the out of bounds bank. That brought with it a few problems, one of being close enough to get a bite but far enough away to safely get the fish away. Joan's fish was landed safely. That was the first one of a spell of action from that area. The problem really was one of indication, knowing that we had a bite soon enough to get on the rod and get the fish away. And what I actually did was put all the extra weights that I had onto the indicators, making them as heavy as possible, so that any movement on the indicator at all instantly gave a reaction on the alarms. well, the little ploy of putting heavier indicators on did work in the end, and yeah, got a bit more of indication, so helped me land 2 fish this morning. Not big uns, just a 25-pound mirror and this one which was just over 30 pound, but you know, the important thing was getting them on the bank rather than losing them and actually knowing when I got a bite. So there we go. But the unfortunate thing is time's run out now, so it's early morning. God, it's still warm already. Storms are history now, and the sun's back with a vengeance. But yeah, it's time to get the gear packed in a minute. So it was nice to end with a couple of fish anyway. That's a nice thing. It's been a great trip again. It's, you know, it's every time here it's been good fun, and there's always fish to be caught. All the swims are caught fish. All the swims are caught good fish, actually. And they're all very lively. So there we go, a nice grey, got loads of lovely little pin scales on it, so just over 30 pound. Nice way to end with a fish on the bank. So here we go, time to get it back. Ooh. Get the gear in the van and yeah, head off back. But luckily we'll be back in a few weeks time. Christoph has secured another date for us in about a month's time, so you'll be see. I knew that was coming. So you'll be seeing more of these in a few weeks time, hopefully. But there we go, that's all for now, so see you later.